Mach 7 with Mach 7 Autism Vlog. We're going to talk about a subject here that may or may not affect your family, but it's called Debunking Autism Violent Tendencies. I can certainly speak knowledgeable about this. If you're not familiar with Mach 7, my name is Chad. My son's name is Chase. He is age 22. He is an absolute sweetheart. I've been very lucky. He's about medium functioning. I've been very lucky during his lifetime where there has been no violent tendencies. The only exception that I can think of is when he would, in the past, have some sort of meltdown or get extremely stressed out, and he would grab you by the shoulders, and he's pretty strong. And that could scare somebody that's not expecting it. It certainly has scared some partners of mine over the years. But I was able to explain to them why it was happening and that Chase doesn't have any violent tendencies. So let's walk through this article. I'm going to read through it, and I think you will enjoy it. This is a series of articles I'm reading here on YouTube, hosted on my friend's website here at Simple Spectrum Supplements. If you're not familiar with Simple Spectrum, they provide an incredibly great supplement for autism, and you can purchase it through the affiliate link down below. So let's read through this. Debunking Autism Violent Tendencies. There is a lot that has yet to be discovered regarding autism spectrum disorder. Although a lot of progress has been made, and we now have a better understanding than we did 50 years ago, it is still a relatively new neurodevelopmental disorder when you look at the bigger picture. Because we're still learning new things about autism every day, there is still a lot that is unknown about it. It's this gray area that often leads to hurtful misconceptions or speculative myths about the disorder. In the past, we have discussed the issue with misconceptions and stereotypes surrounding autism spectrum disorder. Today, we want to discuss one of the most common and problematic myths associated with ASD, autism violent tendencies and aggression. Before we get into where precisely these myths started, let's begin by stating that violent behavior is not caused by autism, nor is it a direct side effect of the diagnosis. Now that we got that out of the way, let's dig a little deeper into the myth to properly explain why it has been debunked. Origin of the myth. The autism community is an excellent place for parents to share and swap stories about their kids with ASD. If a parent is seeking advice or comfort, the supportive community can greatly help families or children with autism. If you were to ask parents within the community about their experience with autistic meltdowns or occasional aggressive behavior in their children, they would tell you that these instances do occur. Children can experience meltdowns or display aggressive behavior if they are in a triggering environment, but these behaviors are not violent. So if you missed our previous article about autistic meltdowns, then we will do a quick overview of what a meltdown is and how it compares to typical tantrums that are common in all children. If a child with autism experiences any type of sensory, informational, or emotional overload, it may trigger a meltdown. A meltdown can look very different for each child, but typical symptoms include signs of withdrawing, screaming, crying, growling, biting, or crawling into a ball to cry. This could be one of the reasons why people would believe in the autism violent behavior myth, but it is your child's way of expressing their emotions or their frustration. When it comes to ASD, we know that children benefit from routines and schedules. So if something unexpected happens or patterns change, this might cause incredible frustration from the child. We also know that loud noises, large crowds, and even bright lights can cause sensory overload, which may also cause meltdowns or aggressive behavior. If your child has difficulty communicating their needs to you, their frustration can manifest in more intense behavior. Autism violent behavior debunked. The media plays a part in perpetuating these myths. And this is especially true for violent behavior and autism. There have been several cases where a few troubled individuals commit heinous acts, and they just happen to also have autism, and the media runs wild with it. The most infamous example would be the tragic events that took place at Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012. It was widely speculated and even reported that the gunman had Asperger's, which caused a lot of people to question the role of Asperger's played in this terrible and violent behavior. This was before 2013, so Asperger's was still a form of autism and still recognized in medical diagnosis. Many people within the autism community felt a shift in the public perception of individuals with autism after this isolated incident. There have been a few other similar cases, but studies have shown no connection between violent behaviors and ASD. One study found that general violence in individuals with autism was extremely rare and found that, if anything, people with autism are likely to be the victims of violence or bullying. If you hear a myth about something, it's important to do your own research to get to the bottom of it. After all, they are called myths for a reason. When it comes to autism violent behavior, we can consider the myth to be debunked. Just because a child is frustrated or overwhelmed does not mean that they are showing signs of aggression or violent behavior. If you are a parent to a child with autism and would like tips or strategies to help your child cope with or handle their frustration differently, you can talk to your ABA or physician. You can also talk to me. But it's critical that you do not associate your child's frustration with violence. I hope this video was helpful for you. Again, this has been Kimok7 with Kimok7 Autism Vlog. If you're not familiar with Kimok7, this channel was the source of a viral video that went viral in 2018. You can search it on, just Google search it. I'll put a link down below, called Autism Conversations with Dad, a 16-year-old, about me and my son just talking on the internet. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please like, please share, and please subscribe. We're going to have more videos like this covering different topics that I wanted to read here on the internet for your convenience. This has been Kimok7. Much love to you and your family, and your son or daughter who may or may not have autism or any other special needs. Take care.